Okay, with that, good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the trainings of the Mumbai Speech and Debate League, for which you are participating on the 25th June qualifiers. Okay,
Yes,
the way we will do this is I expect everybody to be on mute. Okay, because we have things that we have planned to tell you and we have timed it and we have done it many times over. So I need your support on that. So everybody will be mute. If you do have to ask a question, you will please raise your hand after I've explained something. When somebody doesn't go on mute, then it disturbs everybody else. And I am very confident then all of you can help me with being on mute. Is there anybody who doesn't know how to stay on mute? Yeah. I have one child who's constantly unmuting himself. Please don't do that, because if I remove you from the call, then you can never join Ogly Zoom again, right?
Recording in progress.
Yeah. All right. So with that, yes.
Miss, can I come in a bit?
Yeah, but don't now don't ask on the group. Just put it on the chat if you have. Okay, don't disrupt the flow.
You want headphones? You will manage that.
Just be on mute, Zara.
Hello, ma'am.
1 second. Hitanshu, can you please keep yourself on mute? I've muted you 7 times now. I don't want to remove you from the training. Okay? Hitanshu, got it? Keep yourself on mute. That I'm going to share my screen. Tell me when you can see it. I'm just going to explain where you are participating before we go forward. Right? Okay. We are all competing as a part of the Indian Debating League. Hitanshu, keep yourself on mute, please. Yeah. Okay, you are all participating in the Mumbai Debating League. Indian Debating League itself otherwise trains a lot of new students like yourself how to debate, right? So all of you are participating today on speech events, or you're participating on debate events, right? We love to ensure that children are able to say their thoughts, because that's the most important skill that you need. And this year, I do want to share that we are very happy because some of our students who've been debating as young as they were when they were your age, which is 4th class, 5th class, 6th class, have gone on to win many international tournaments. Okay, so as you can see, there's Hong Kong, which is the red flag, then there is IIT Delhi, and there's University of Oxford, Harvard, NYU. All of these universities also have debate competitions. So I'm just telling you something that you don't know otherwise. If you know, then I'm very proud of you. Then we will continue to train, okay? I do want to make sure that all of you realize that this is a journey that you're on. If you are competing in speech and debate competitions, it allows you to tell your thoughts in a much better structured way, right? So please make sure that whatever opportunity you get, not only with us, but in your school, you must continue to participate, right? Okay, so where are we right now? I just want to make sure that you understand this, right? Please be on mute, all of you. Okay, we are going to do the training master classes between 21st to 23rd. We are on 21st today. That's where we are kickstarting this. So we are right now sitting in the orientation session. I hope everybody's okay. We are right now sitting in an orientation session with how many of you have joined in? 115. So that's bang on. We wanted 114 students to be there, apart from the organizers. And I still want to make sure some of you who are not on mute, go on mute, because I'm not going to police you. I don't like it. Okay. I like to hear children, but I need their support as well. So for example, Avni, I can make out, Daksh, I can make out you're not on mute. Just go on mute, right? Mute yourself. It helps to discipline. What are we going to train for? We are training for the qualifiers that are going to happen on 25th of June. Is everybody clear?
Yes,
Is everybody here for that? Okay. If we have anybody who's already competed in the qualifiers, this is not the place you should be on, okay? Or if you're a person who's already a semi-finalist, then you don't need to be here right now. We are all here to be trained for 25th qualifiers. If some of you have attended the earlier session, then also you can skip. The first half of the day on 25th, we are going to be playing turncoat and dramatic adaptation, which are speech formats, which is what I will train you on. The second half of the day, Form 4, actually it's from 3:30 onwards, we will do debating. Okay, so that's how it is. What is happening? All of this is happening online. We are going to be talking on Zoom. I'm hoping everybody is on that WhatsApp group that we created. because that's where the announcements will happen. I know it's a lot of communication, but that's the only way we will keep pace. So please be on the WhatsApp group. Request your parents to keep checking in on it time to time. Right? Now, what will this all end up with? It's going to end up with something we call the finale day. And that finale day is going to happen in IIT Bombay, right? Finale day means that we are going to play semi-finals and finals. So the first half we will play semi-finals, and the second half we will play finals for all the formats. Right now, all the students across all formats have to be attending this. And I personally like to take this training because this is my favorite batch, right? So you all are special already. Now, the way we will do this is when I have explained something, you will ask me questions only out of that, because as I have thought about it, I have thought through everything that you may ask questions for. So for everything else, please wait till I finish. The way we will do this is we are at 7:07. I will finish the orientation by 7:30, which is for all the formats. Then I'll give you a little bit of sneak peek on what is turncoat and what is debate. But I will go deeper into what is dramatic adaptation from 7:45 onwards or 7:35 onwards. We'll see how disciplined we are as a group, right? So let me pause and ask you for questions. Amira, please go ahead. Yeah, what is your question? Raise your hand only when you have a question, please.
Yes, so what is the guidelines you're not allowed? Okay.
Sorry?
According to the guidelines, you're not allowed any reply speeches, means no rebuttal or wait.
Yeah, you'll have to wait. You'll have to wait. You'll ask me questions out of only what I have explained right now to keep the flow. So if you're going to ask about the formats, I'm just coming to it at around 7:30. Arju, go ahead. What's your question?
No, I was just asking about how are you going to select the people who are going to get qualified for the next round?
We'll come to it much later. Right now, let's finish the trainings. Manav, what is your question?
Ma'am,
Yeah.
are
Go
we
ahead.
supposed to go to IIT Bombay to attend the finals and semi-finals?
Yes, if you get selected, absolutely. That's where we will be playing.
Thank
Okay.
you, ma'am.
All right. Yeah, Khyati, go ahead.
Ma'am, at the first July for semi-finals and finals, you have
Yes.
to go and offline, right?
Yes, yes. IIT Bombay is going to be offline. We will definitely train you for how it is offline, how offline is done. Yeah, Vardhan, go ahead.
Hi, is this going to be like human judged or like AI judged?
No, this is all human judged. Last time we just did a 17th qualifiers where we had 50 rooms of Zoom in parallel running. Right now you're all sitting on one link, right? So we had 70 rooms like that where you all were competing. Okay. Amira, what are you thinking? Ask me a question. Okay, you gotta be quick. Rudransh, go ahead. No, Vivan, you will not do that. Scribbling or annotating. This is not a fun class. This is a very serious class. Please stop doing that.
Miss, for this finals and semi-finals, we'll go out of Bombay.
No, you will be in Bombay. It's written over there, by the way. So the deck that I'm showing you right now will also be circulated. Please read it and please hear me clearly because I like to say things once. So once to clarify, 1st of July, we will do IIT Bombay, semi-finals and finals. Okay. With that, let's move ahead. Unless there's a very important question that you must ask Rutur and Rudransh. Otherwise, don't ask questions. We will keep moving. No annotating on the deck. We can make out who's annotating. You don't want to do funny things over here. It doesn't work for you. Okay. Now, yes, Rutur, I'm coming to that. So the first 30 minutes, I will do orientation for all formats. So please be here. Okay. Okay. Now coming on to session 1. Today, we are going to do orientation. You must necessarily attend it. Otherwise, you will repeat the same questions, which bothers you all as a group, right? We are all on the Maths WhatsApp group. We don't want you saying there's too much communication. People are asking the same question, right? We don't want to do that, right? So we'll do orientation, be here till around 7:45. After that, I will ask only the dramatic adaptation students to stay back. Tomorrow, we will do turncoat for the first 45 minutes. And after that, we will do WSDC format, which is debate format for the next 45 minutes. And in session 3, which is on 23rd of June, from 7 to 8:30, my apologies, the time is incorrect. I'll correct that. We will do the format across with mock debate. So we will just make sure that you're doing a lot more practice on it. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So before I go forward on this one, I just want to make sure that I stop the share and ask you, oh my God, you have a lot of questions. If you have questions with respect to what I have covered, then it's lovely. Please go ahead and ask that. And I'll address that one by one. And like you know, we will keep this conversation completely aligned to the ground rule that I've shared, which is that you will please raise your hand. All right, go ahead. So let's go one by one. Advik, go ahead, please.
Yes, ma'am. I was asking that in the 25 qualifier round, it would be online.
Yeah. So 25th is online, and let me tell you, you all are also in the group where 17 qualifier students are there. So this time also say 114 of you have applied. Similarly, we had around 120 people who had applied for 17 qualifiers where we have declared the result. So out of the 17th group, we have declared the result and made out the teams, right? Now from the 25th group also, we will make out the teams, and those teams will compete on 1st of July. Yeah? Rajat, go ahead.
Ma'am, when will we get to know that who is going to the final round after the qualifiers?
So we will be playing qualifiers the full of Sunday, which is 25th of June. And we normally take out the result in 2 days. So it will be likely Tuesday, which is 27th.
And when on the finale, if we have qualified, so do we have to wear our school uniform and go?
No, you can be comfortable. So that's a good question actually, in a way to ask. Dramatic adaptation, you have to dress up as a character. But in turncoat and debate, we normally say, please be comfortable. Yeah?
Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Jayavats, what's your question?
Yes, ma'am. So my question is, I'm so sorry. It's not related to the thing we've covered, but I think it's a little important. So if we qualify for the semi-finals and finals, will there also in the qualifying round, I think there is that round where you don't get to prepare an impromptu.
Yeah, correct. Yes, you do.
So will there be an impromptu too in the semi-finals and finals?
We are still planning this, Jayavats, because it's very competitive already. And we know that children are traveling. So we are trying to make sure that there's a level of comfort and a level of competitiveness. But to clarify your question, it's a good question again, that for debate also and for all the other formats, we will release the motions tomorrow. So, completely be on high alert on the group, which is why I was saying all of you have to learn to live that WhatsApp group, because that's the only way we can communicate faster. Yeah, Hitanshu, please go ahead.
Ma'am, if we are selected for semi-finals but not for the finals, then what will happen?
Actually, the finals teams gets selected from the semi-finals. So what happens on 1st of July is 4 teams are competing or 6 teams are competing in semi-finals. Out of that, only the finals team will come. Okay? Yes, Purvansh?
Ma'am, if we qualify for the semi-finals, ma'am, will we have the training sessions also?
Yeah, but the training session, you will be so well trained by the time you are playing on 25th also. If you are attentive, that you will realize the only training we will do incrementally is to say, how do you do this offline in a real world? So the only difference will be, you're talking on Zoom, how do you stand in front of a podium with a mic? That's the only difference actually, right? Just to say that when so many people are listening to you, how does that feel as against a Zoom room? Otherwise, you will be very trained. We will not make too many changes to format or to the rules, right? Yes, Devrat? Devart. Rudransh. Go ahead.
Ma'am, you said that the dramatic adaptation will start from 6:35, but when will it end, ma'am? Because I'm in
Yeah. Sorry, the timing is from 7 to 8:30. Last time we had done 6 to 7:30. So we will start dramatic adaptation another 15 minutes. I think you'll be done. I'm just waiting for your questions to settle down. So all the dramatic adaptation students, we will be able to explain dramatic adaptation in deeper detail from 7:30. So hold on.
When will it end, ma'am? I'm asking when will it end?
I think you will finish by around 8:15. If it's a discipline group, then 8:15 is fine.
Ma'am, 8:15. Ma'am, you meant 8:15?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, Tisha?
Ma'am, I wanted to ask, from when will turncoat start? The discussion of turncoat.
So here is what I can do. And so dramatic adaptation students, put your hand down for a second. I can quickly glance that majority of the questions. So Rudransh, Revert, you are for dramatic adaptation. So hold on, because we will go deeper into the section.
Ma'am, actually, I have another doubt, ma'am. Actually on a vacation, ma'am. So we have to go to a place by 8 o'clock, ma'am. So can I?
That's not a conversation. That's not a conversation I can entertain in a large group, right? It's unfair to others. So just hold on, okay? You can put it on the chat. Okay, I can see that majority of you are asking me doubts from the debate team, right? Shrushti, Vihan, I cannot make out what format you are, but I'm going to do one thing. What I can do is the debate students and the turncoat students will go deeper tomorrow in your groups. But what I will do, and let me see if we can do this, is I am going to share the teams for debate first, then take you through two things that you should keep in mind, right? Shrushti, name yourself, please. Okay, so with that, let me just say, and is there any other doubts? So for all the
I have a question for debate.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Palakshi, just hold on. I'll just do a quick attendance. I just want to make sure that you know who your team members are, and then I will come to debate questions in a second. Right? So let me know if you can see my Excel sheet. Can you see?
Yes,
All of
ma'am.
you can see?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
we go through
Yes,
this?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Mute. Sorry, I should have
Yes,
not asked.
ma'am.
Please be on mute. Okay. I'm going to just read it out. Keep telling me if you are here. Do we have Ahana, Vedang, and Yuvan?
Yes, ma'am.
All three of you are here? Just say your name. Who is there?
Ma'am,
Say
you don't hear.
Yuvan, you are here. Ahana and Vedang, are you here? Advik, Moez, and Mahati, are you here?
Yes, ma'am. Advik is here.
Yes, ma'am.
And who is the other one who said? Say your name, please. Mahati, you are here, right?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Moez, if you are here, then call out. Avantika, Ahuja, Vardhan, and Ardav, are you here?
Ma'am, there's a lot of background noise.
I'm here.
Yeah, just all of you.
Vardhan is here. Vardhan is here.
And Avantika is not here?
Miss, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. So you guys can see that you are team 3. I'm just quickly continuing to tell. The reason I'm showing you this today, because we realize a lot of you are dynamically paired, not from the same school. Myra, Kalyani, and Amit, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Who said that, Myra or Kalyani?
Kalyani.
Okay. I can't see the screen. Huh? I can see the Excel, so you'll have to tell me the names also. Are you Adeep, Nityanshi, and Ram? Are you here?
Ma'am, excuse me. Ma'am, Myra is not for, she's for turncoat.
Ma'am, Ram is here.
Ma'am, Myra Basu, it's for turncoat.
I heard you. That's okay.
Right.
If you have that observation, just put it on the chat. Otherwise, made an observation over here also. She's not debating.
Ma'am, Advik is also for turncoat.
I'll come to Advik. I haven't said Advik yet, right? So,
Ma'am, you have said.
Which one? Adi?
Ma'am, fourth one.
Fourth one is for turncoat. Got it? Then Ayushma, Kiara, Ananya, are you here?
Ma'am, Ananya is here.
Yes, ma'am. Ayushma is here.
Kiara is here.
All of you are here. Awesome. So you are on team 6. What you can also do is you can quickly DM on the Zoom call to exchange your coordinates, right? You can direct message yourself on the Zoom. Can you do that? You know how to do that? Otherwise,
Yes,
I will tell
ma'am.
you how to introduce yourself later in the day, okay? Shrinika, Purvi, and Arvi, are you here?
Purvi over here, ma'am. Purvi is here.
Arvi is here.
Okay, and Shrinika is not here right now.
I'm here, Shrinika.
Awesome, perfect. My
Hello,
bad, Shrinika, I heard you. Can you see that you are both are from the Euro school? You can DM each other on the Zoom. Just exchange notes because you will become a team, okay? And tomorrow we have the session, so make sure your team members are coming. Kumud, Abhigyan, and Kush, are you here? Okay. Palakshi, Manya, and Shaurya, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Lakshmi.
Palakshi said yes. Who else said yes?
Miss, I want to ask a question.
No, not right now. I'm doing one thing. Manya and Shaurya, are you here?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
I'm guessing that's Manya's voice.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, say your name, na? I can't see your Zoom windows. So, Divya, Durgesh, and Swati, are you here?
Miss, I'm
Yes,
here.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to say this once more. Say your name.
Durgesh.
Durgesh is here.
Swati.
Swati.
Yeah.
And who's the third one?
Divya.
Divya is also here. Awesome. So, you guys can make out your team's 10. Can you see?
Okay, ma'am.
Lovely. And you are from the same school, so you can connect with each other. Ayan, Rihanna, and Lynn, are you here?
Ma'am, Ayan is here, ma'am.
Awesome, Ayan. Thank you so much for saying your name. Rihanna and Lynn, are you here? I saw Rihanna.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, Rihanna and Ayan, you are from the same school. Wherever we know you are from the same school or you have given a preference, we have taken that into consideration. Lynn, are you here? No. Okay. Yeah. Dia, are you here? Dia, Raisa, and Amira?
Yes.
Ma'am, Amira is here.
Yeah.
Ma'am, Raisa is here.
Very nice. You guys are now getting it. I love children who will follow instructions instantly or who are wanting to learn. Dia, are you here, dear?
Yes.
Oh, Dia, you're also here? Awesome. So can you see two of you are from the same school and then you can just DM Raisa and take her coordinates or her phone number, whatever, to connect, okay? I'm not going to be sharing that on the group. So just connect with each other on DM if you want to. Avni and Anya, are you here? Pathways, same school. 6th graders, not here? Okay. Rutur, I saw you, I think. Rutur, Jayavats and Trina, are you here?
Ma'am, Jayavats. Ma'am, Jayavats is here.
Jayavats is
Trina is not there. Excuse me, ma'am.
1 second, I cannot hear a conversation. Rutur, are you here?
Yeah, miss, but Trina is not there.
No worries. Just first, let's finish attendance. Just, I know you are very patiently waiting. Just allow me to finish this because that settles the debate, kids. And then I can exit you quickly. Khyati, Aisha, Arav, are you here? Team 15.
Yes, ma'am.
yes,
Arav Bhardwaj is here.
Aisha's just not here. She has some plans today. She'll be joining tomorrow.
So the
Yes.
rest of you are here?
Yes, me
ma'am.
and Arav are here.
Okay, I'm just going to give her an extra green over here that you will be able to inform her that you are her team.
Yes, ma'am. I had informed
ma'am.
her as well.
Awesome. Then you know that you're team 15. Okay?
Yes,
Ayan, Mayuk, and Yuvraj, are you here?
Miss Ayan
Miss Mayuk is here.
Yuvraj is here.
Wow. So team
Ma'am,
15
Ayan is here.
Sorry, who is? Okay, I've given the right color, right? You are seeing the screen just so that you can help me with the colors. Lynn, how have you come again? I think, okay, oh, this is the same name in a different school. So no. Okay, this might be an error. We shall double check this. He's not here anyways. Mayan and Jivisha, are you here? No.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Mayan is here. Mayan is here.
Mayan is here. Okay, so Mayan, you are
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
Jivisha, is that you?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me.
Once again, I'll just-
And Zara and Adya are also here, ma'am. We're in the same school and we're friends, so ma'am, we know each other.
I couldn't hear you at all. You were slightly muffled. Can you repeat yourself? please?
This is
योगा क्लास में था नहीं शाम ने बहुत पूछा कैलिस्थेनिक्स फुटबॉल वो भी देख लो
Mute. Ma'am, please go on mute. Tell your mama to be on mute. Bian, are you here?
Yes,
yes ma'am
Okay.
Mayan
And
is here
Zara and Adya, are you here?
Yes, Miss Zara, I'm here. Adya is here.
Okay. Tell me if I incorrectly color it. You guys are good at coloring than me. Shrushti, are you here?
I am in debate.
You are in debate. That's what I'm showing right now. It's debate sheet only. Dakshanan, are you here? So Shrushti, Dakshan, you are teammates, okay? Is Daksh here?
Okay, I need to.
Here.
Yeah, you can. What you can do is you can put a direct message on Zoom also. Okay, hi Daksh, can you please share your number? Then we will make a WhatsApp group for team 19. Okay, and we are just checking on Rudransh because we received a message from him. That's why it's a question.
Ma'am, I'm here, ma'am.
What is your school, Rudransh?
Ma'am, DPS, ma'am, Delhi Public School.
I'll just check
I
whether.
think so. There are two Rudransh over here.
Yes,
There are two Rudranshs.
I'll just check. I don't think that's the Rudransh. Yeah. Let's just finish quickly.
So these teams are only for debate.
Yes, yes. We see speech events
That
or.
means it's not me, ma'am. I'm in dramatic adaptation.
Ah, okay, good. Thank you for clarifying. So here, Vatsal and Devik, are you here?
Ma'am, Vatsal is there.
Okay.
Ma'am, Devik will do with me. Ma'am, I am a separate. Yes, I am here.
And I am is here.
Yes, me.
I can't see you. Here was that who said I am? Who said I am? Is that he? Hello, hello. Who said I am here? I
I'm
am.
Devik.
Miss,
Devik.
where can you confirm my team name? My team
One
number?
1 second. I'll search for the ones who don't have it. 1 second. Let me just finish. We just few teams left. Here, are you here? Okay. Here is not here. Vatsal and Devik, you are in the same school. Will you please inform him as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Avni, Bhakti, Shrishti Sen.
I'm here, ma'am. Shishti Sen.
Okay, can you all be on mute, please? Be nice to me.
Ma'am, can I say something?
No, well, let me finish my attendance. I'll lose track of thoughts.
It's RV. It's regarding the team.
Okay, tell me, which team?
In team 21, it's my mom's name. I am in team 7. RV Chandra. Can you
This is
remember
your
my
mom's
mom's name? Yes.
Oh my God, so did she register twice with her name? I think RV is mom's name. Oh, that's a very interesting thing which we are experiencing. RV, we'll double check this. So you already are in team 7, right?
Yes.
So sweet of you to point that out. Thank you, RV. So this is the problem area. Avni, are you here? Avni, hello, are you here? Do you know Avni, all of you? Shrishti, do you know Avni? Okay, I can't hear
Miss,
you.
I don't know. Miss, I don't know.
She's senior to you by 2 years. She's in Euro, but we'll just explain.
I need to ask my mom because she was the teacher over there.
So nice. Avika, Kaina, and Shivansh, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, Kaina is also here.
Everybody from team 22 present.
Oh, that's helpful. Okay. Then I'm taking your word for it. Otherwise, one at a time, I can't make out. Sarah, Tishan, and Mariam, are you here?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All three?
Yes.
Athar, Medansh, Anya, are you here? Ananya.
It's Medansh here.
Ma'am, Athar is here.
Awesome. So this is how a perfect team looks like. Now you know.
Excuse me, ma'am.
One
Excuse
second,
me.
I'm just done with 3
Ma'am.
teams. 1 second. I'm just finishing. Arush, Vivan, and Umair, are you here?
Miss,
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone.
And there, you are there.
I'll come to attendance once again. Don't worry. Matan, Samriddhi, and Rishi, are you here?
Ma'am, Medansh is here.
I'm Samriddhi here.
And Vrish,
Excuse me, ma'am.
can the question wait for
Ma'am, I had only one suggestion. I'll just take a few seconds. Instead of
please wait.
very lengthy sheet on the Zoom call, can't you circulate this on the?
No, please,
WhatsApp group?
please wait. I'm asking you to wait, please. I will circulate it. You must understand, I must take the attendance for a very specific reason. Prakrit, Abha, and Hidan, are you here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Oh.
ma'am. I'm here.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Ma'am, please can you add me with Rihanna and Ayan?
1 second. Prakrit, Abha, both of you are here. Give me a name.
Yes, ma'am. Abha Marve.
Okay, Abha is no. Prakrit, give me one name, otherwise I can't carry on.
Ma'am, please. Excuse me, ma'am.
One second, please. Prakrit, are you here? I'm going to repeat this once more. Ridan, are you here?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm here. Ma'am, please can you add me with Rihanna and Ayan?
No, I'll come to these requests later, please. There are no team changes. Shrishti, Ivan, Pratha.
Yes, ma'am. Srishti is present.
Awesome. That's the way to answer. Please learn as we
Miss
go.
Parth is present.
Awesome. I love this. Please be disciplined like this. Yuvan, are you here? Okay. Purva, Perry, and Manav, are you here?
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. I had a
Hello,
network
ma'am.
issue.
Hello, ma'am.
Purva's not
Happy parent.
Folks, just one second. Is team 29 here? Yes or no? I just want to finish that.
Ma'am. Ma'am. Purva's not here.
Purva's not here. Perry, are you here? One second.
Hello.
If you speak out of turn, I won't
Purva's
listen.
not
Please
here.
hold up. Okay. Manav, are you here?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, please. Manav, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
And Perry, are you here? All right. Is there anybody who hasn't given the attendance?
Srishti.
Miss
Just saying.
Sorry?
Singh has not given.
Ma'am, there are some. Ma'am,
Yes.
many people
All of
are
you.
mute. Really
All of
annoying.
you. All of you.
Ma'am,
All
many
of you. We are
Hello,
very
ma'am, this
happy
is-
to stop the call. Just one second, sir. We are very happy to stop the call if you speak out of turn. Let me speak to the parent who was saying something. Two things. One thing. All of you, please be on mute now. Okay, great.
Grade 5. Grade 5 which is where?
Ma'am, I am Arja's mother.
Yeah.
Arja Singh. She joined late, so I just wanted to give her attendance from Lodha Oakwood School.
So just put it on the chat, please. I'll come to the
I
chat.
did that,
Okay.
ma'am, to you. I did that to you. Personally.
Now, all of you, please listen. All the debate students, we've done one round of attendance. There are going to be no team changes. If there are any team changes that you must suggest, you will only suggest it to ugly number. This is not the place. I'm going to ask all the debate students to one second, please. When I'm speaking, you're not speaking. Partha, put yourself on mute. Yeah. I'm saying all the debate students, please understand. I'm going to spend 1 second with you on the format. Now you know your team. Some of you don't know your team. That's fine because we'll teach you how to introduce yourself on the Zoom group. Right? Sir, you were trying to say something. Please carry on.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving me a chance. See, my daughter is from DPS school, so whether the team distribution can be according to the, I mean, school-wise, because they are very much known among them. So
that's the way we've done it. That's the way we've done it. If you have any such observations, see, the teams have been formed now. So we will not disturb the team unless there's a very compelling reason, but this is not the forum. I will give you the number of Ogli on the group so that you can write over there, because that's where we will be able to take individual conversations. Right?
Sorry, ma'am.
I mean, there are a couple of members from the same school. They have not
Sorry,
attended.
ma'am, but
So maybe based on the attendance, I think you have made the team.
No, I can't. This is not the forum. This is a training group. Actually, I normally don't do attendance. The reason I've done attendance this time is because I realize a lot of you are mixed teams. You're not necessarily coming from the school team, or we don't do attendance. Everybody else now, quickly, because we want to make sure that the debate students join tomorrow. I'm just going to give you one.
Normally,
Yeah.
Ma'am, I am a debate
Can you please
student.
conclude that?
And my
Sorry,
name
ma'am.
I
Can you please conclude
registered,
that you are
but my
making a
name
team?
didn't came in.
I mean,
Who is
10
this
team
speaking?
students.
Who is this speaking? Who is this child speaking? Please put yourself on mute. I'm going to repeat myself once more. The teams will be circulated later in the day. If there is any observation, you will type to the Ogli number I put on the chat. And right now, no dramatic adaptation student will have their hands up because we will go into the session now. I'm just going to spend 2 seconds with the debate people, 2 minutes, and 2 minutes with the turncoat students, and then let them go. So for example, all the debating people, you need to understand 2-3 things as you prepare. Right now, the teams have been given. I'm just going to share this with you for 2 seconds, and the deck will be shared with you. So give me 1 second to explain it to you. and then I will just take the debate doubts. Grisha, this is not the place to do stuff like this. Please stop doing it immediately. Please rub it. Okay. WSDC debate. Thank you, Grisha. I appreciate it. WSDC is a debate event. Okay, it's a team event. Every team has 3 speakers, which is what we saw. One team will go against the other in the match. All the speech events like dramatic adaptation and turncoat are single individual events. Okay, one team will speak for the topic, the other team will speak against the topic. And the time limit for every speaker in the team is 3 minutes, which means one team is speaking 9 minutes. Okay. The topic will be released tomorrow. So when tomorrow we train you on WSDC, we will tell you what the topic is also, right? Round 1, round 2 topic will be the same. Round 3 topic will be different, and we will tell you more about it. So with that, I want all the debate students to leave the group. But if you have any doubts, the debate students, just at a high level, you can ask. Otherwise, just put it on the chat group. Because tomorrow when we meet for training on debate, then we will answer your questions.
Ma'am, I told that we can
Bye, ma'am.
Ma'am, it is in 8:38.
Tomorrow we will meet at
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, ma'am.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, Ridan is in Loda Good School. There are only 3 students who have participated in debate thing. So, 2 students are together. Ridan, you have still not given him green color. So, have you added him as a present, or I didn't get this? And he has not got any group. So, can you just let me know in which group he is?
I will.
Ma'am,
Kaushiki, just 1 second, please. 1 second, ma'am. Kaushiki just made a note of Ridan right now. So what is happening is when we release the teams, some students have come back and forth. So if you see 1 or 2 people missing, we'll just adjust that group. So when I circulate this team list by end of the day at around 9:30, you will see it updated. If there is any observation, do not put it on the group. Write to the ugly number that I put over here.
ma'am,
Right? Yeah. Go ahead.
ma'am, I'm asking that my team is all different. Like
No, Advik, 1 second. Advik, firstly, if you're in turncoat, then you don't have a team. It's an individual event.
Okay.
Got it? So if all the debate students, just 1 second, all the debate students, put your doubts on the chat. Otherwise, the debate training is tomorrow. I do not want to take a debate training. I want you to make sure that you please get to know your team members, because the chemistry of a team matters. Right?
Just one question, Aru Bhardwaj here. So tomorrow, along with the topics, do we also get to know whether we are speaking for the motion or against the motion?
No, tomorrow you will just get the topics, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think the science release will happen a little later, Arif, but that's a question to ask tomorrow.
Ma'am, you
Right?
also leave the meeting to the group.
Ma'am, I'm about to say kapse, but ma'am,
Amira, just 1 second. Amira, please don't walk around and talk. That's not polite for everybody else, right? It disturbs everyone. And you are a DA student, so hold on. So only the WSDC students, let's go one by one. Mahati, what's your question? Vihan, be ready for the next question, please. Grade 5. Go ahead, guys. Only debate students, then leave the group, please.
ma'am, I have dramatic adaptation. Should I leave?
No, wait. Vihan, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. If we want to do the debate, then should we learn the speech or write the speech and come and we can refer to it and see?
So typically what I encourage you all is that once you're given the topic, you should write it down. And normally for 3 minutes translates into 180 words, right? We speak 1 word per second. So try to write a speech of 180 words to 200 words, right?
Ma'am, what's the topic?
I'll do that tomorrow. We'll release that tomorrow, Tishan.
What time is the class tomorrow?
Tomorrow is the same time, 7 o'clock to 8:30.
Okay, till 8:30. We leave now?
Yes. All the debate students can leave right now. Shrishti, you are asking something here?
Bye, ma'am.
One more question.
No, ma'am, my doubt got clear.
Format classes?
Sorry?
Are we allowed to take other format classes?
You can, Shrishti, but if you are going to be just quiet and not ask extra questions, then it's polite to everybody else, okay? You can. I don't mind you sitting over here quietly. Rihanna, go ahead.
Who is allowed to
Rihanna is in two topics.
Everybody on mute, please. Mariam, be on mute. I'll call you out. Rihanna, go ahead.
Rihanna is in two topics. One is debate and one is speech dramatic.
Yeah, so she should attend dramatic adaptation right now and speech tomorrow is debate tomorrow.
But her team will be different for speech adaptation.
I'm going to repeat this once more. Dramatic adaptation and turncoat are speech events which are individual events. It doesn't require a team. Only debating requires a team. Okay.
Chati is nice speaking this side. I just wanted to ask you that
Any other?
Also tomorrow is the turncoat orientation also tomorrow alongside with
Tomorrow
debate.
we will do turncoat and debate. We will do turncoats at 7 o'clock and then we will go on to debate. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, Devrat, 1 second, you are in dramatic adaptation. So I'm just going to ask and introduce a very interesting trainer who's politely waiting. We are just 3 minutes away. Okay. So debate students, there are no more doubts.
I'm having a doubt.
No, put it on the chat, please. Put it on the chat. Because whatever is important for you to know, I have already told you. 3 speaker of 3-minute topics and your motions tomorrow. Once again, no more speaking now. I have turncoat students also. So turncoat students, quick sneak peek on what your format is before you leave. I know you have been patiently waiting as well. So everybody who's on turncoat, please focus yourself on what I'm sharing with you. Turncoat. Mute, guys. Mute. I'm not going to shut you all off. Please learn to discipline yourself on your own. Turncoat is an individual event or one single speaker attends turncoat. It's not a team event. Okay. You will speak for the topic, against the topic on the same speech. So for example, the topic is zoos should be banned. So the first 1.5 minutes. Mute, guys. For the first time, I will speak why zoos should be banned. For the next minute, I'm going to speak why it shouldn't be banned, and then I will conclude. So on the same topic, in the same 3 minutes, you speak for and against. The speaker has to give an introduction, speak for the motion, against the motion, and conclude. We will tell you the topics tomorrow. Okay, and the time slots will also be given tomorrow. Right? Anybody who's on? Yeah. Avani, you are putting yourself on unknown.
I have a doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, tomorrow also we have to join on the same link, or will you send another link?
Disha, it's the same link for all the 3 days. If you see the description, it will say 3 days, same link, same time. Okay. Okay. Vian Rathi, go ahead. I'll call you out, please. Vian, go ahead.
Miss, I had a doubt that in turncoat are we going to do like if we have a topic of like if I have a topic of why shall we play sports or not play? So shall we? So how shall I introduce and the conclusion?
Thank you so much for asking a good question, Vian. So this is the practice we'll go tomorrow. But normally the topic is not a question. Topic is normally a statement. It will say we should not play sports during COVID. So you will say, let me explain the context of what COVID has been or what sport you like to play. Then you will speak for the topic that we should not play sports. Then you will speak against it and then you will conclude your thoughts. So tomorrow the ma'am will teach you to say, first 30 seconds mein hum introduce kaise karte hain. How do I introduce the topic in turncoat? But that's a topic we should get into deeper tomorrow. Okay. Rivan, is that understood? Tisha, is that understood? Do you have other doubts on turncoat? I can give you exactly 1 minute. Tell me.
Ma'am, when will there be the...
No, Amira, wait. Amira, this is the 5th time you unmuted. Please stay put. Yeah, Rivan. Rivan, 5B, I think.
Ma'am, when we start the debate, like when would we get the topic?
Tomorrow.
Just like...
Tomorrow. Next question. All the turncoat children. So
Miss, can I ask a question?
You can. If it's a good question, go ahead, Udya.
Anything else do we have to cover, or can we like leave right now?
All the turncoat students and debate students can leave. Just that one slider I wanted to share with you so that you come tomorrow with your thoughts prepared.
So, Miss, I can leave right now?
Yes, all the turn code students and all the debate students can leave. Yes, Aditi, go ahead. Raise your hands, guys. I won't call you upon otherwise. Aditi, grade 6 turn code. You want to say something? Ayan, be on mute.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hi,
Aditi?
ma'am.
Bye.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Guys, I'm speaking to Aditi, grade 6 TC. Go ahead, Aditi.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask that as if in the finals we get the topics on the spot or before it.
We'll come to finals much later. Let's focus on preparing for the qualifiers. Yes, Rishi, 6C. Go ahead.
Actually, my doubt was that, ma'am, on 25th it would be online, so there would be 3 rounds, and because of the sometimes because of the network issue, if we are not able to join the 3rd round, then only the average of 2 rounds would be counted.
No. We will ensure you join the 3rd round. Trust me, this is a hypothetical situation. Ira, go ahead.
Ma'am, like everyone will get a different topic, or they'll speak on only a topic?
No, it's a good question, but all of you will have the same topic. So on turn code, you will all have the same topic, but because there are 3 rounds, the topics will be different for every round. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Yes. Rishi, you can put down your hand if your question's answered.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Partha, go ahead.
Miss, I'm in debate format, so I have a group of 3 people. But the third person, Yuvan, he's saying that he's not in team 28, man. I'm in team 20.
Everybody who has an individual concern, this is the individual concern, should type to Ogli, right?
Okay.
Because Ogli will go and check what happened, what did he sign up for, why is this happening, right? They're the best people to do that. Twisha, go ahead, dear. Great.
Yes, ma'am. Should I leave?
Trisha, yes, all of you who want to leave from turn code and debate can. Twisha, please go ahead.
Dramatic adaptation.
We're coming to dramatic adaptation. Twisha, okay. So with that, I think we've spent some time.
Excuse me, ma'am. Miss, I have a question.
Once again, I'm trying to hear Twisha. Twisha, you try to say something? You got your hand up? Would you want to put your hands down if you don't want to ask something? With that, you know now.
Meaning of conclude. Ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm judicious college. We will not get attendance of
No, you don't need it. Actually, the teams have to work together, right, Vidisha? That's why it's important to take their attendance. We can always reach you on a quick call.
Ma'am, may I leave?
Yes, all of you in turn.
Bye, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Okay, all of you who don't have a doubt from turn code and debate can leave, because this session now will start for dramatic adaptation, and Amira has been patiently waiting and still walking around. Amira, can you settle down in one place? So I don't want to see any turn code and debate students unless there's a huge doubt. If you have a huge doubt, put it on the chat, because if we don't train the dramatic adaptation students, it's unfair to them. With that, I am going to hand over the session to Kaushiki ma'am. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I just want to check if I'm clearly audible.
Yes, you are. And you can just try sharing as well. The rest of you, Rudransh, Devrat, Devart, whoever they are, doubts, please put it on the chat. I'm just attending to it. Kaushiki ma'am, can you please go into the dramatic adaptation students? We have 24 of them to be trained. For debate students, please put your questions in the chat. Get to know your teams. We'll tell you how to introduce. We will put the teams on the group as well. For turn code, it's a 3-minute speech. See you tomorrow. Join at 7 o'clock.
Excuse me, ma'am.
No speaking out of turn, Anishka. Tell me.
Excuse me, miss.
Yeah, Anishka, which format are you for?
I'm for turn code, and ma'am, sorry, it's not related to the topic, but my school ends on 6:30 and the timings are 6 o'clock to 7:30 for tomorrow and day after tomorrow.
Yes, Anishka, we will share recording is the maximum we can do, but we can't change timing for a large group. With that, no more questions. Put it on the chat. Put it on the Zoom chat. All of you who have got the hands up. Kaushiki, over to you. Dramatic adaptation students are waiting. Let's go in.
Yes, hello everyone. I hope you are doing lovely.
First, I want to make sure that we have housekeeping rules. So listen to me very, very carefully. I will complete one section and then I will open the floor for any and all questions. For me to go ahead and address your questions, the first thing that you have to do is raise your hand. Second, please be muted at all points of time. Why is this necessary? Because if I speak anything and then somebody is unmuted, then the voice sort of clashes and there's an echo and nobody understands. That's the main point of it. So make sure that you're unmuted at all points of time. Yes, and if you have any doubts, feel free to write it in the chat box as well. But if you really want to go ahead and speak those queries out, make sure that you raise your hand and it will definitely take you. I might go ahead and spend more time in terms of explanation. So I want you all to focus on this. Great. So welcome to dramatic adaptation. That's the first segment of how we will go ahead and enhance your public speaking knowledge to a larger extent. But why is dramatic adaptation the first segment? It helps you get to the nuances of how you have to engage with the audience, right? So what is dramatic adaptation? Dramatic adaptation, okay, I'll just start with the very basic. So I hope you all know what theater is and what drama is. I know there's like a very funny connotation attached to what drama is. So drama is when you go ahead and present or impersonate somebody. So let's say you've seen a lot of, let's say, TV artists who impersonate somebody who's really famous, right? So I've seen like one of my friends when I was really small was impersonating Gandhiji. And then there was this topic, what will Gandhiji probably talk about environment when he's alive, right? So then that friend of mine dressed up as Gandhiji with a khadi dhoti and with let's say a stick and tried to impersonate and gave a speech of why environment is really at a bad stage in the 21st century. It's really interesting. I mean, this gives you a modified form of how you want to present your thoughts in a much more, let's say, representative manner. Great. I'll just go over to the entire adaptation format really slowly so you have a very good idea of what this means. I'll take up any and all questions later. First, dramatic adaptation is a modified form of dramatic interpretation. This looks like that you have to take a persona, and this persona is really popular and also famous, which means the impact of the words that you say are sort of given out by that persona at all points of time. This looks like that Gandhiji is talking about environment, or Greta Thunberg is talking about technology, or let's say Elon Musk is talking about, let's say, narratives or social justice movements. Really big people talk about really important stuff, and that you have to take the position of. It's a very responsible job, but also it helps you to understand the ideology and the perspective of who you are dressing up as. So you sure have to emulate their voice, their structure, or the way they were when they were, let's say, alive. Let's imagine Malcolm X, or let's say Martin Luther King. He had this really bold voice in terms of how he respected Black individuals and how he defended the rights of Black individuals in the very first place. So you have to do that drama, but you also have to talk really extensively about what you think about that topic. So it's like a dual responsibility that you have to take. Second, it's an individual event, which means you have to dress up on your own, you have to talk about it. So this is not like a composite thing that you have to do. It's like your own efforts that you have to bring at all points of time. Great. Second, yes, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, you have to dress up as a character in dramatic adaptation.
Yes, you have to. So let's say you've taken Michelle Obama. So Michelle Obama was the former Black president of the United States, and she was a really strong persona, and she talked about feminism and how women's rights is really important. And then you have to dress up as Michelle Obama and talk about a topic which will be given by Ogley in the 25th session that you will have, right? Second, all the speakers will receive a profile from Indian history or the most important segments of, let's say, history or anything that has happened in the world right now. All of these characters will be popular and will be somebody who you know already. This looks like Mahatma Gandhi, every example that I've given you out loud. So you have a couple of things. First, you have to make sure that you dress up as them. Yes, I told you to raise your hand, but yeah, I'll take your doubt. Go ahead. Do you have a doubt? Okay, I'll be moving ahead. I'll take all your doubts once I'm completed with this session, right? So hear it carefully so I can accommodate any and all questions. Great. So 3 things that you have to do in the entire dramatic adaptation. First, you have to dress up as the character that you've been given, which will be a day prior or 2 days prior. Second, you will have to go ahead and talk about the topic which have been assigned to you. This looks like Mahatma Gandhi talking about environment. I'm giving you same examples again and again so that everything gets really clear and everything is pretty much, let's say, available to you, accessible, I would say. Third, you have to ensure that you mix the character. So you go ahead and talk in their voice or try to impersonate them. Try to really emulate what they have done in the entirety of life and try to mold it with the topic that you're speaking, right? So this really goes ahead and engages with the audience. Because at the end of the day, who are you guys? You are great public speakers. And the quality of every great public speaker is to first inspire, but secondarily, you have to make an impact when you say something. This looks like talking about really big structural issues that are happening within the world right now. This looks like racism. This looks like climate change. Yes, go ahead.
Ma'am,
I see
I had a
Trisha.
doubt. So
Go ahead.
we had to like, if suppose I have come and become like Greta Thunberg, so I have got to speak about like suppose you gave me a topic about climate change, so I've got to speak about it in her voice, or do I have got to give my own views about it?
Your own views, but in Greta Thunberg's idealistic manner, right? So you can also go ahead and copy everything, that the way Greta Thunberg dresses, the way Greta Thunberg is really full of rage when she talks about something that she wants to change, right? This looks like I dare you. All of these really popular, let's say, dialogues or themes that she said in the US Senate, right? So you have to make sure that you probably emulate that at all points of time. Does it make it clear, Prisha?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Amazing. Great. So that's the thing that you have to remember at all points of time. So there are 3 categories and all of the categories are in this need. What are these 3 categories? Pay attention. First, it's the junior category, 3rd to 6th grade. I know who grades are you at. So yeah, just easy. Second, middle category, 7 to 9. Third, senior category, 10 to 12. The division of this category is that you have to speak, or let's say your allotted time is already there in the slide, which means that junior categories have to speak for 3 minutes, middle category at all points of time have to speak for 4 minutes, senior category has to speak for 6 minutes. I hope it's clear. So your speech has to be really in cognizance of what timing that you've been allotted, right? So you have to create a 4-minute speech. You have to create a 3-minute speech, right? Try to do that and make sure that you dress up as beautifully as you can. All the profiles that you will be allotted will be released on 21st of June, which is before the tournament. There will be 3 rounds which are definitely different. Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, I have again got a doubt. Ma'am, like I am in the junior category, so if I exceed speaking, like exceed 3 minutes, so will I be eliminated?
You will not be eliminated at any points of time, but it's really advisable that you stick to the time, because it's unfair for other people who have only prepared a speech for 3 minutes, and then the mark allocation is going to be different, right? So it's important to be concise, to be succinct, and to present your thoughts in the allotted time. It's really crucial. Do you get it, Trisha?
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Prisha, also what happens is the judge is told that he will listen to you only for 3 minutes, which means that at 3 minutes, if you're finishing a sentence, you take 15 seconds more, that's all right. But after that sentence, he's not able to hear you. We tell them to put their pens down, right? So use 3 minutes. Don't plan on 4 minutes, right? Okay. Yes, Ashiki ma'am.
Great. Considering there are no doubts, yes, I'll take one more and then we'll proceed.
I just wanted to ask that if we get a topic like we can choose the personality which we're gonna recreate. Like we can use the personality, but the topic on which we have to say will be given by you, right?
No,
Indian
the personality will also be given by us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the topics will be given,
Everything.
and the top personalities will be given tomorrow. Krishna.
Okay,
Sorry, ma'am,
thank
but
you.
I have one more doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, as on 25th, we'll come dressed, no, in the online thing.
Yes, I want to make one thing clear. So everything that is related to how will you dress up, when will you dress up, It's all will be given by orally, which means that you only have to prepare a speech, which is also given by, let's say the topic is already like given to you or will be released soon. So everything that you have doubts related to it is this. You have to dress up on your own. Profile will be given by us. Topic will be given by us. And that's it. I'll take any and all doubts after I've done this. Does that work? Do not unmute yourself. Now I'll go ahead and take all doubts. I promise. If I promise, I'll take it. Sure. More about dramatic adaptation, because I want you to get clear with the format, because oftentimes when you go ahead and ask a question, you are just like confused about the topic. So I really want to get that clear, so you can probably reduce that question, but you can also go ahead and ask any other relevant questions later on. Great. Dramatic adaptation, as the name suggests, it attaches a theatrical tinge as a format, which looks like you've seen your favorite actors going on stages trying to perform the best of their roles which have been defined. Somebody is dressed as like a mother, somebody is dressed as the famous character, somebody is dressed as Winnie the Pooh, right? All of these actors do a job. They perform, they present their opinions, which is what you have to do in the competition. It is like a theatrical advert that you go ahead and perform in terms of like the format that has been given to you, right? Second, for this format, you will be expected to present your stance on a statement given beforehand. This answers all your questions related to where is the topic, when will it be given, do we have to prepare a speech on it? Everything is going to be done by you. The topic is going to be given by us. For junior category, it's 3 minutes. For middle, 4. For senior, 6. That's clear. Third, you have to present your stance as a person whose profile you will be given. Let's imagine you're given Mahatma Gandhi. I'm going to repeat this example. I just love it. And you are going to be talking about environment. So let's say the topic is environmental degradation is real. So that's the topic, right? Obviously, there's going to be much more important topics, but I'm just giving you an example. And you are told to dress up as Mahatma Gandhi. So you will dress up as, let's say, a dhoti, or maybe you'll have a stick, you'll have those circular glasses, and then you might have a mask. You can dress up as beautiful as you can. Then you will have to present the topic, the speech on which the topic has been given to you prior, right? So this looks like Mahatma Gandhi talking about contemporary issues. That's the only thing that you have to do, right? Trying to impersonate a very famous character and then trying to go ahead and bring it down to the speech that you were probably talking about and the topic which has already been given. Fourth, your statements will be related to education. Like obviously the gamification of learning is productive. All of these topics are somewhat really around you. So 2 things that you have to do now. First, the topics are going to be much more, let's say, really contemporary. This looks like that you have to observe your surroundings. What's happening in the real world? What's the news around, right? So it's important for you to be updated in life, right? This looks like reading a newspaper, trying to sit with your parents, because oftentimes parents just snatch the remote and they're like, okay, just give it. And we're just watching any of the news channels, right? Try to sit with them. Maybe you'll understand what's happening with real life, right? Try to look at anchors. Most importantly, try to go ahead and observe the most important dramatic adaptations. Today, go on YouTube, try to search for dramatic adaptations. Yes, Prisha, I'll take you.
Ma'am, I have again got 2 doubts. Ma'am,
Yeah,
my
go
first
ahead.
doubt is, what does it mean by my statements are supposed to be related to education? Means like, is our topic going to be about education, or do I have to put in education about the character which I'm representing?
That's just an example. So that's just so you might be given a topic like technology is a boon or a bane. Watching TV is a boon or a bane. So yeah, that's just an example. Is anybody else saying something? Yeah, nothing. I'll just move ahead.
Ma'am, I have a
Great.
second doubt also.
Yes, I'll take you later. When I'm done with this, I'm going to take your doubt. I promise. I've promised it. Fourth, the famous people of whose profile you will be given will also be someone who has at some point shared their view on education or have had a peculiar relationship with education. So yes, I mean, if I go ahead and answer your question, Prisha, or anybody else, most of the topics are going to be education, because you all are students, you all are in high school or maybe secondary school or maybe in middle school. So you all are familiar with the concept of education. It's all about learning. It's all about enhancing. It's all about talking great stuff, right? So all of these people, which you will be assigned as a profile to you, might have given a speech about education. So this looks like Mother Teresa talking about charity, right? So Mother Teresa has also talked about education, how important it is to empower every child who has not been given, let's say, house or basic needs, right? So it's really important for you to relate back to what the personality is to the society. This looks like important contributions, right? Great. Fifth and last, then I will take questions. For example, Bhagat Singh, who was highly educated. I hope you guys know who Bhagat Singh is. So he was like a radical revolutionary in the Indian national movement, right? He was highly educated, like the most erudite person. Or Thomas Edison or Bill Gates, who are known to have a solid educational background despite being geniuses, right? So all of these people are going to be famous, all of these people are going to be educated, and all of these people have contributed something to the society. So you have to ensure that you know about this profile as well. So it doesn't look like that you've taken a profile and then you do not know anything about this profile, right? So it's really remarkable if you go ahead and learn about this profile as well. So your entire preparation is going to look like this. First, you will spend some time understanding what your profile is. Second, you will spend some time understanding the topic. Third, you will spend some time writing about the topic, trying to think what you will say about this profile in the topic that you've given, right? Fifth, you're going to go ahead and combine all of these things. This looks like one day before the tournament or one day before the competition, dress up as the person who you've been allocated as. Then try to go ahead and narrate your speech. Describe what you want to go ahead and talk about. It's important for you to go ahead and be in that profile. What do actors do, right? They really spend most of their time just sitting in their cabs or let's say cars that they have been given, and they really go ahead and read their script once again. Like literally they read their scripts for 10 minutes, 10 times, I would say. And then they were really into their character and they come up on stage, deliver a great performance, which is what you have to do. You're just actors for the day. Great. I have completed this section, which means I'm going to take doubts. I'm going to take people who have not been, let's say, acknowledged by me. It looks like they were. Okay, go ahead.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hey, Amira, I'm going to take you later. I'll just go ahead and recognize people. I do not want anybody unmuting themselves because I've promised. So I want to make sure that I do it structurally, right? So if I call out your name, then you're going to answer, right? I do not want it. Yes, they were.
Yes, good evening, ma'am. So we missed 20 minutes of the class, so we didn't know what happened. So can you just share a little brief?
The recording will be available for you, Devar. You can watch the recording again. But the first 30, 40, 45 minutes were about the orientation. And then we are discussing dramatic adaptation. As ma'am will answer the questions, she'll go over the important points. So just hear in, okay?
Great. Okay, so I think you've been here for the past 5 minutes, so you understand what like dramatic adaptation is. Great. Their hand is down now. Yes, I'll take Khyati.
If we are representing our character, so we have to tell about that character, that what has that character done, or tell some views or something about the character, or we have to just act a scene in front of the camera that famous movie, and then from that one scene we have to present.
Great. It's advisable to know about your profile, and that's like a personal research that you do. So let's say you've been given Bill Gates, right? So you search about what Bill Gates has been. It's like a great businessman, etc., right? So you search about it on a personal level. But you've been assigned a topic, which means that after researching about that profile, you have to talk in the manner, or let's say, imagine what Bill Gates would have done here. So it's not in your speech that you will talk about Bill Gates. In your speech, you will talk about what Bill Gates would have done if he was in that situation. Does it make sense to you? Great. I'll take Radha.
Yes, ma'am. I was asking that in the speech we get the great character we have to impersonate. So we have to try and know more about his personality and basically just share what he would or she would have done, or what would be their points of view on the topic, or we have to
Yes,
do our
exactly.
points of view?
Oh, yes, exactly. So whatever you said in the first, let's say 50 seconds, that's it. You will be given a topic, you have to dress up as their personality and you have to speak from the personality's point of view, right? But you also might have your own point of view. Why not just do a smart work? Mix all of this, all of their points and come up with an amalgamation, right? So that would look like great. So that's something which you can do. Try to be creative, that's all. I'll take Krishan. And lower your hands once you're done.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask that when will we get the topic and the personality's name?
Oh yeah, 21st. You might get it like tomorrow as well. So yeah, don't worry, you'll get it.
Okay, yeah, thank you.
We'll do it now. All of you just put down your doubts. Let ma'am finish what she has to say. Then we'll go into the doubts. Okay?
Ma'am?
No, please, all of you, hold on. Yeah, carry on, Kaushiki. Let's finish.
Yes.
Don't take any doubts right
Great.
Ma'am?
I will take any and all doubts after I'm done with this session. Okay, Arja, Myra, and Trisha, just be a little patient, right? Patience is all that you have and will be better. Great. So coming on to the next question. For example, if your profile says that you've been allocated Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg is an environmental activist. She talks about why environment is important. And let's say your topic is role of education in environment preservation. The topic is simple. You have to talk about why education is an important tool in preserving environment and why it is a necessary aspect for change to change how people perceive environment to be, like environment is not real, etc. Right? How can you bring any sort of change by using education as a tool, right? How can your ability be really better? All of these things that you talk about while you are dressed up as Greta Thunberg, right? A very beautiful example. One of the students of Ogli did it and it was really remarkable. So this student dressed up as Sadhguru, and then this person talked about spirituality and education. So did you see how things really changed in terms of like of this person dressed up as Sadhguru? Then Sadhguru is a spiritual master. So Sadhguru really talks immaculately about why spirituality is going to be good for health, good for body, meditation, all of these like important stuff, right? So this is the profile, this is the topic. You mix all of these. You talk about the importance of education in the topic that you've been allocated. And your profile, then it's all lovely. This is a live example. I hope most of you who did not pay attention even now can really understand this, because that's like a much more visceral understanding. Speech duration, I'm going to repeat it again because I know you guys have a lot of doubts and I just want to get it here with, right? Speech duration. Juniors, 3 minutes. Spend 3 minutes trying to go ahead and talk about why this person is going to say this, right? Middle, 4 minutes. Seniors, 6 minutes. You dress up as the character. You then go ahead and explain everything in terms of what you understand about the topic, what this personality could have contributed in this topic, right? So Sadhguru, I'm just going to go ahead and divert into this topic once again. Sadhguru is a great meditation expert, has written most of the books, right? So maybe you can do this. You can spend, let's say, half a day trying to understand what your profile is, which looks like who is Sadhguru. Like nobody really, like most of the people might not know Sadhguru, right? Might not know most of the profile that you've been allocated. It's important because even if it's not the competition, it might help you outside, which looks like your teacher one day really asks you, who is Sadhguru? You might have an answer to it, right? So that's like a lovely thing. At least you get brownie points from your own teachers who might give you better marks in your assignments. So things can be better, right? So you have to have that extra knowledge at all points of time, right? Understand your profile, understand the topic, come up with a speech, practice a day before competition. And these 4 techniques are going to get you the win, right? Next, it's important for you to look at this, why it is important. Because everything that you will do in terms of dressing up, in terms of saying things, will all be boiled down to 3 categories. And this is how every judge looks at it. A judge always marks you on these 3 components. What are these 3 components? Why you should take care of it when you go ahead and specifically focus on speech creation. First, it's matter. Matter is basically the content that you will be going ahead and presenting. This looks like, what is the topic about? What are you really saying? What is the quality of your arguments, or let's say the examples? So your speech is going to be the matter, right? Make your speech really beautiful, really immaculate, really informative. So when somebody looks at you, or maybe looks at the speech, or maybe listens to what you're saying, you at least make sense, right? So make sure that you understand what you're saying. So rather than mugging up your speech, try to understand it. Sure, you can learn that speech in terms of like mugging up, but understand what your profile is. Try to have that conceptual understanding as opposed to simply mugging up, or just like really just focus on the quality of arguments. So you will get 10 marks for matter. Next is manner. How are you dressed up? Or let's say, what is the eye contact? Are you really resembling the character? So let's say a Mahatma Gandhi did not, let's say, wear something which is important. So a Mahatma Gandhi without specs. So that would look like your -2, right? So it's important for you to go ahead and take the profile seriously, right? Resemble it clearly. Second, use of props like effort, trying to make sure that you put 100% in terms of who you look at, who you look as, what are you trying to say, right? Third thing, which is really important, try to search for videos of the profile that you've been allocated. So let's say Bill Gates, you've been allocated Bill Gates. Go on YouTube, look at what Bill Gates has done, right? Look at how he says things. Look at how he dresses up. Look at his voice modulation. Can you really emulate it? Look at the kind of, let's say, people who have mimicked him, right? So the mimicry as a really good art that you have to go ahead and do, right? So you have to mimic people. I hope you've done this in a lot of things in your life, which looks like mimicking your best friend, mimicking your mother, mimicking your father, mimicking the most funny people. You have to make sure that you mimic these profiles as beautifully as you've mimicked most of the people in your life, right? So it's important that you follow and take mimicry seriously this time. Third is method. Method is how presentable are you, which means that this is like a culmination of how you've presented and put everything together. This looks like whatever you're saying, how, let's say, how seriously are you taking the steps? How, so let's say I'm like sitting like this, right? So my method is going to be the kind of presentational strategy that I'm trying to employ, right? This looks like, are you using popular quotes? So let's say Bill Gates has a very popular quote. Okay, I'll take a very simple example. Mahatma Gandhi has this beautiful quote, an eye for an eye makes the world, let's say, all of these, right? Be the person who you resemble to be strong. So let's say any of these quotes that you think are the most popular, let's say, be the change of the world that you imagine, be who you are, right? All of these quotes are really popular, are also very available on internet. So you can go on this site called Goodreads. I'll just write it down. Goodreads. Yes, and Goodreads has a repository of quotes. Search any personality, let's say Bill Gates or Mahatma Gandhi, you will get so many quotes, right? You just copy, paste that quote, try to make that quote relevant to whatever your speech is, right? So then this looks like you're trying to do so much of an effort in terms of creating your speech, but you're also trying to enhance the quality of your argumentations. It's better because you present or just put up 100% of your efforts, right? It's important to know about that personality and just write those arguments down. It's good. Yes, manner, matter, and method. Ensure that you know all of this. Everything is there. You'll get a recording. I want you guys to take this seriously, right? Matter is the content. Manner is the presentation. Method is the strategy that you go ahead and employ. That's lovely. Great. Moving ahead. Before that, I'll take 2 doubts. Arja, finally.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Amira. Wait, who's
Ma'am?
talking? I'll take Arja first. Yes, go ahead.
Arja,
Ma'am?
I can't. Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, so when you will give one topic for the qualifiers, will it be the same topic for all the round, like the qualifier till the final, it will be the same topic, or it will be some different topic each round?
Should I take it, Kaushiki?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, qualifiers will have 3 rounds. All the topics will be different, and ma'am is just introducing the topic number 1 to you. And finals will have different topics, otherwise it will get very boring for you. Yeah?
Finals will have
different topics.
Okay,
ma'am. Finals will
That's
get the
okay.
topic
We are
before.
happy to answer parents as well.
Ma'am, we get the finals topic before?
Yeah, of course. We want to make sure that you are all set. So normally we introduce topics 3-4 days prior. Okay, so today, because you're doing dramatic adaptation, we are telling you the topics today. So let's finish listening to the topics and then ask the doubts for the finals. Yeah. Thank you, Kaushiki ma'am.
Great. I'll take Krishank.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I had the same doubt which they asked, that will the topics be same for the rounds.
Oh, that's great. You can lower your hand. I'll take Krishank.
Let's go over the topics because it's very important. Once again, all of you, just listen to the topics
Yeah.
first. Because she's
Yes,
reading
yes,
it.
cool.
Let's have doubts on the topic first. Amira, put yourself on mute. This is the
Yes.
7th time I'm telling you.
Yes, Amira, it's important.
Yeah.
Great. I'll take your doubts later now. Great. Topic 1 about juniors. This house will make annual exams optional for students. I know you guys dread about exams. I too. And exams is one thing that is really, let's say, important for the progression of your life. How much marks have you secured gets you the best colleges. That's the life that we're living, right? The important aspect of this topic is if you're government or let's say anything. So this house talks about if you want to make annual exams to be a choice or should it be a compulsion, right? So it is something that you choose. So annual exams, you can first go ahead and define what annual exams are. Let me just spend some time. Annual exams are what? Like an exam that you've really studied for, but also held at the
You can
end of
ask
your
them.
session.
You can all use the you can all use the chat box right now. Amira, wait. Answer the question that ma'am is asking. What is an annual exam? Do you all know? This is a very young group actually, Kaushiki. Do you all know what an
Okay,
annual
okay.
exam is? Does somebody want to answer that? What's an annual exam?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Rita?
Ma'am, I think annual exams are exams which happen on an yearly basis.
Yes, correct. And what does the word optional mean?
Ma'am, optional means it's our choice whether we want to take it or not.
Yes. So the topic now is what ma'am is saying is tomorrow what we will do is we will give you a character. And the reason we give you a character the next day is first we want you to think about the topic. So today the topic you can think about this house, which means we will make the annual exams optional for students, which can mean no exams also. Right? Yeah, Purvansh, you have a doubt?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I was asking that, ma'am, should it talk on against or for this topic, or just we have to talk on this topic?
You have to
Based
talk
on
on
the
this topic. It's not a debate. It's just a topic. To say, I am, say, Pandit Nehru, and I'm going to speak about this house will make annual exams optional for students. So you are going to speak for 3 minutes for the topic. Right, Kaushiki ma'am?
Yes, exactly. So you have to make exams optional, right? So this is like a very wonderful thing. I mean, all the students really want it. So you have to really put down your aspirations here. Why do you want annual exams to be optional? Because you do not want to study. Yes, Purvansh, like go ahead. Just like mute yourself, right? Just after muting yourself, just listen to me. Listen to me, and then you might have like much more doubts to be cleared off. Great. So why do you want annual exams to be optional? First, you do not want to study. Come with like a better argument. I'm just trying to go ahead and give you certain ideas or give you certain reasons in order for you to go ahead and think about it, right? Second, annual exams are really like tedious. So oftentimes people or students want to become artists or let's say want to become something which is really out of the curriculum, right? Which looks like they want to paint stuff, they want to become writers, they want to become authors. So they want to spend most of their time trying to learn another skill as opposed to simply studying for an annual exam, right? This also looks like diverting all of your resources, trying to bridge another gap by becoming something that you really want to. So investing yourself in terms of becoming like a better individual, in terms of trying to harness most of the things that you really want to become for, which looks like going to a pilot academy instead of just sitting for 3 hours doing like a mundane exam, right? So try to bring all your aspirations down. Notice something that I've already said in this lecture. First, it's important for you to observe your surrounding because the topic is not that difficult. It's something that you have been doing for the past 13 or 14 years of your life, or let's say 10 or 4, right? So you know what annual exams are. You've been going through that process. You really hate it or you really love it. It depends on you. So you have to make sure that you put your lived experiences here, right? Try to make the judge imagine what kind of problems that you've been facing with annual exams and why do you want to make it optional at all points of time, right? So do that. Second topic, for juniors as well. This house prefers, so this house is like a term that I'm using in terms of address people, right? So this house is basically the term that you use to address people around, because obviously in a house you have certain people who are still in that competition, right? So this house prefers a world where experiential learning is given more importance over academic achievements. I want you to do two things here. The chat is open. Nobody will speak, but I want you guys to write in the chat. And it's important because it might help you writing it as well, right? Put your thoughts down in the chat. What is experiential learning and what is academic achievements? Write it down. The chat is open, no unmuting. Great. I'm going to give you like a couple of seconds. You can definitely write it. Till then, I'll go ahead and move on. But before
These
that,
will
I
also
want
be shared with you in some time. So we will share this with you. This whole pages that we are discussing, we will share it with you. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So there are two types of people in the world. This is something that's very, let's say, reasonable. It's something that you have been observing in the world, right? So somebody who likes to experience stuff, right? And somebody who likes to read, spend their time trying to understand this concept, right? Trying to solve maths. So it's Albert Einstein versus Bill Gates, okay? What is the difference between them? Albert Einstein is a very academic person, really spends most of his time trying to write the quantum theory or literally theorize everything. So the mathematical and computational abilities of Albert Einstein are really, let's say, something which is incomparable. You know Albert Einstein is a genius, but you cannot really go ahead and compound genius to be, oh, somebody who only studies, right? Then comes into place Bill Gates. Bill Gates is a person who has business strategies, is one of the most successful entrepreneurs of the century, I would say. And he has a lot of experience because he has gone through that, let's say, amount of hard work in terms of starting a business, of seeing all the failures, starting everything in garage. This looks like Mark Zuckerberg as well, right? So experiential learning is all about practical implication of your talent or your skills. Academic achievements are somewhat sticking yourself to academia, sticking yourself to writing theories or focusing on the concepts that you want to learn. I got some responses here. That's lovely. Practical learning and book reading. Exactly. Experiential learning means when you have a first-hand experience of soothing. Yeah, that's exactly right. So when you go ahead and do a job which is first-hand, so let's say you do coding. So that's experiential learning, right? You're trying to code something as opposed to reading about coding. So that's the difference. Yes, exactly. Having an idea what is going to take place. Exactly. So all of these definitions are correct. So I can gauge that you guys know what you're talking about. That's a lovely thing to do, right? Things that you have to do now. First, try to do an in-depth research. Try to understand more beyond the definition, right? Because you already know the definition, right? Try to understand or find out arguments. Why do you prefer a world which has more experiential learning as opposed to academic achievements, right? What is the difference? Why is it important? Why do you guys prefer it? Why do you think people love practicality? Why do you think people love to read? It's all of these things are necessary, right? So this is something that you can observe around the world. No doubts. Great. Coming on to the third topic. Academic achievements, meaning what achievements we got in whole academic year, and experiential learning, meaning when you learn something first time. Exactly. I mean, that's one of the differences or one of the points that you can talk about, right? So you have to go ahead and distinguish, like, great. I'll take the last topic and then I will move on to questions. Okay, I'll just complete a set. This house will ban the use of gadgets in school. Okay, so during my school years, I found a lot of students because some of my friends were prefects or monitors, right? So a lot of my teachers used to come into the class and they used to assign monitors, and the monitors had to go ahead and check the bags of everybody, right? And then monitors found out that most of the people had phones. I mean, everybody who has been through that school experience, or who I hope you guys are in school who have had that experience, right? People just sneaking out and having phones because they want to contact their moms, right? Or they want to play games. I think this happened. Like this sort of action is really, let's say, really common in schools, right? So what is the topic now? The topic is that this house will ban the use of gadgets in school, which means that you will not bring any gadgets in school, which looks like no mobile phones, no, let's say, any sort of networking gadgets that you have. This looks like no playing games. So you have to basically talk about the benefits of why gadgets should be banned, right? This looks like seizing mobile phones just because you cannot be distracted while you are studying, right? Making sure that parents have a supervision in terms of how you're using your gadgets, not bringing anything, like not even hiding phones in your bag, right? This looks like strict checking. This looks like teachers giving you a red card, orange card, or a suspension card just because they found out like a mobile phone in your bag, right? So you have to make sure that you give out a process of why this thing should be banned. Why do you think banning is a good thing? Or why do you think gadgets in school should not be allowed? Because it becomes an addiction of like students to bring in phone and they're just keep looking at phone and they're not focusing on what the teacher is saying. And that's bad because they never understand the concepts and then they ask doubts. Second, you have to make sure that you instill discipline in people's life. It's important because discipline gives you like a much more great view of life. I mean, if everything is in a structure, people will be much more disciplined and they will not go ahead and really ruin stuff. And that's important. All of these things are easy. And I'm repeating it once again. All of these 3 topics are easy just because you've experienced it around. Or maybe some of your friends have experienced it around. So everything that you see is somewhat a part of your observance. So you already know these topics. You just have to think deeper and try to come up with arguments. Arguments are somewhat 3. So great. Okay.
Great. Now I just want to know, it's 8:30. So I just want to know if anybody has a doubt on the topics and you can show them all together, Kaushiki ma'am, in the next slide. Prisha and Khyati, go ahead. You have a question.
Ma'am, I had 2 questions. Ma'am, one question is, all of these topics, is it that we can choose our own topic and you will be choosing?
So what will happen, Khyati and sorry, Prisha, I'm so glad you asked. On 25th morning, we will give you 3 rounds. 9:30 to 10:30, you will do round 1. From 11 to 12, you will do round 2. And from 12:30 to 1:30, you will do round 3. We keep giving you half an hour breaks. Okay? You will debate, you will do dramatic adaptation on all the 3 topics. But what we will do, Prisha, is that we will give you the characters tomorrow, right? I will give you characters. So for example, the toughest characters sometimes become the ones that don't exist and don't have too much of Wikipedia information, like Plato. So if I say you are Plato or you're Socrates, they are not as young as Mahatma Gandhi was, right? They are very old. So what I would do if I were you, I would go and research about Plato's and think, okay, did Plato really decide, or what did he think about education? If I actually thought like Plato, what would I think about? So I would go and say, what are Plato's famous quotes? What is he? Don't do that. Who's that? Please don't do that on the street. So what are Plato's thoughts? What did Plato think about education? What would he have thought about gadgets in schools? Right? So just go and read up about him tomorrow and then think about the topic. So today is your day to understand the topic. Is that helpful, Prisha? So you are playing 3 rounds, okay? Yeah, Khyati, what's your doubt?
First one was that
I can't hear you very clearly, guys. Just come closer.
And second one was that like if we are acting of some like a character that you told, so we have to act like what is the views or perspective of
Yes, absolutely. So Khyati is going to speak. Don't show this. Just stay on the topics, Kaushiki.
Excuse me, ma'am.
This one. Yes, you stay on this one. So for example, you will be the character and then you will talk about the first topic in round 1, the second one in round 2, which is at around 11, and I'll share the schedule in some time, and then on round 3. But
Excuse me, ma'am.
One second, I'm still speaking, Krishna. Just 1 second. You still have to just read about the character. That's why I said read the quotes, read their famous dialogues. Just see if you can find a movie clip. When I hear you and I'm just going to send a video of the last group. I mean, people were in Vivekananda, they had the Zoom background also looking like that. I mean, just go creative on that. Dramatic adaptation is one of the most interesting formats, right? Yeah, Krishna. Prashant,
Ma'am,
you were
I wanted
asking.
to ask, yes, ma'am, I wanted to ask that will the personalities which you give will be same on all 3 rounds or will different?
Oh, it will be the same on all 3 rounds because it's so tedious to go changing, right? Every 2 seconds. So,
Yeah, okay, thank you.
that's a lovely question. For the first half on dramatic adaptation, as you go through the same rounds, you will be the same person, but the topic is changing. So you don't have to keep changing the props every time, right?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Hitanshu, what are you thinking? Talk to me.
Ma'am, the junior theatre drill also has to perform 3 rounds.
Yes, yes. Everybody has the same format.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, they were.
Yes, ma'am. So everybody will get the same this
Yeah,
personality.
all of you. This is the actual release of the motions or the topics. You can now start doing your research, and tomorrow when I say you are going to play Spider-Man, then think like Spider-Man, or when you Plato or your Archimedes. So go ahead and have fun, right? Sure, Kaushiki, you can carry on. Paki, what are you thinking? Ask me the question.
Ma'am, how much time gap do we have between the 2 rounds? Like from
Half an
one
hour.
round?
Half an hour gap is good. I'll just see if I can show you the schedule, but I'll put it anyways. So 9:30, I'll just repeat it. 9 o'clock we will all check in. We will just check whether you are there. 9:30 to 10:30 you will do round 1. 11 to 12 you will do round 2. And 12:30 to 1:30 you'll do round 3. So there's adequate breaks because you just have to do 3 minutes, right? Yes.
Ma'am, I have a few.
Thank you,
more
ma'am.
Once again, they
Everybody will get the same personality.
Yes. No, not the same personality, the same topic.
Same topic. And ma'am, can you understand? Can you understand the topics once more?
You want me to share the topics and make you understand? Is that what you're saying?
Topics 2 and 3.
Yeah, ma'am just did that actually, but topic is very straightforward actually. Yes, Pruha, what are you thinking? Tell me, ask me the question.
Yeah, ma'am, I have 2 doubts. One is, so by default, we have to go for the topic, right? Like,
you'll go for the topic. Right, that's a good question.
Okay, and the other doubt is, like in 3 minutes, like the child has to introduce, like, my name is so and so, and I'm from this school. So that is included in 3 minutes itself?
Yeah, that is, and we don't have to have necessarily very long introductions about the school, really. So I could sort of be. So actually, you are not introducing yourself in a way because you are the character. You are Vivekananda, right? So you don't have to be Spruha that day. You can sort of say I'm Vivekananda, and the fact is, and start with a quote about something on education, something about the fact that he did not like assessment. So I'm making it hypothetically. You're not introducing yourself. We know who you are. We know which school and which grade, anyways, right?
Okay, so the child did not introduce its.
Not at all. Child is supposed to be the character. I mean, so if you're Albert Einstein, I want to see Albert Einstein, just starting with what Albert Einstein's demeanor was, what his gesticulation was, gestures was. Right?
Okay, great. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Arja, ma'am, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. I'm very curious with the topic. So what I wanted to understand is, what if it's some personality which is Hindi speaking, or or that won't be the case, because then what's the mode of speaking by the student?
Majority of the time we do English only, but children always creatively intersperse some Hindi dialogues, and that's fine as well. They sometimes these personalities have very strong quotes, so you want to be able to quote it, but majority of the time it's in English format only.
I'm curious who this is. So anyways, we'll wait till tomorrow.
What I'm going to do in the group is I'm going to send you a snippet of the dramatic adaptation speeches, just snippets. You will see, different students coming and giving a little bit of introduction. Otherwise, it's on our ugly YouTube as well. I'll just put that across on the group. Sorry, Prisha, you were asking something?
Ma'am, I had 2 doubts actually. Ma'am, one, there will be no language barrier for us, right? Because if suppose there is a person or a famous person who has a few quotes in their own language, so are
That's fine. That's fine. But that's what I'm saying. That if you give the whole 3 minutes in Tamil, if you are a South India character, then we can't understand it. One quote here and there is okay. Right? So if you don't do a 3-minute Tamil speech, I will not be able to understand it, right? Okay? One quote is okay, one line is okay. Yeah, Radha, please go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to ask that I have quite a bunch of siblings studying in the same school, and they must have had a lot of experiences in their school. So I just wanted to say, can I ask their views on the topics and apply them on my speech?
You can, but you know, the people will not help you. What will help you is to know what your character is and then ask them. Are you getting my point? So, I mean, what's the point of a person knowing dramatic adaptation? What is going to be helpful is what would Plato have thought? Whatever your character, what would Spider-Man think about education? What would Archimedes think about, education? What would Nehru? Whatever your character is more important to research than asking your classmates is what I think, frankly. Right? That's not going to be super helpful. Yes, who has a Janak? Please go ahead. I see Janak everywhere. Janak?
Oh, well, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I'm there everywhere. Well, I guess these questions were answered before. That
Janak, what grade are you in firstly?
Ma'am, actually, I'm in grade 9, but I'm asking this question on behalf of my brother.
Oh, okay. I'm just surprised because I think I saw you in the finalist group also, and I'm wondering what are you doing here? Okay, go ahead. Do ask your brother to ask. That's fine. Yeah.
Ma'am, but I guess it was answered, but when will the profiles be given to the students?
Tomorrow.
Okay, and ma'am, one more thing, that throughout the competition, like in all the 3 rounds, there will be one profile only the student has to enact.
Yeah,
Okay.
student can't run back and forth and say, "Acha, abhi main Vivekananda, now I will become something, Sadhguru." It's very difficult, no?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Devar.
Thank you, ma'am.
Excuse me, miss.
Yes, ma'am. Can you explain those topics 2 and 3 once more?
I'm just showing it. Yamini, you were asking something. Krishna has loads of doubts. Yeah, Yamini.
Yes, hi, good evening.